Time to return with more of Octopath Traveler. We're at the North Atlas Dam Flats. Last time we went, we already completed the first chapter of Ophelia's story, but now our journey is going to take us down to Cyrus's tale. And that's one tale I'm going to be doing for sure. I want to make sure I complete as many of these as possible, so that way I can devote my time to side quest and grinding. Yeah, there will be parts or so where I will devote my time to that. And that's going to be a doozy unto itself.
Now, let us hunt him.
And we have new enemies to deal with. Who do we gotta deal with today? Oh, you don't say. At least the daylight's here.
Letting the hunt begin.
Fine. Arrow Storm. Oh, that one's a break if I've ever seen one. No, I meant that literally.
Well then.
Good. That break was well deserved.
The battle is true. I will cut you down.
Goodbye.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Oh my god! 1,000 experience? Forget I asked. This is gonna be a useful phase for me to grind everybody. And truthfully, Ophelia deserved all that experience. Okay, so let's figure out where we gotta go. Noble Court, Flames Grace. Now we gotta head to the East Atlaston Flats for this. But dang! 1,000 experience? Yeah, Ophelia leveled up like mad! Wait, so what are we gonna do with next? Oh good, we get the preemptive strike.
Letting my arrow fly.
Rain of arrows. Yep, they're all weak to bows. Oh, not all of them, but you get the point.
The battle is truly
Level
true.
slash.
I will cut you down.
Here goes nothing.
Yep, this one's weak to axis.
My turn now.
Unleash the light.
Shine forth.
That is beautiful.
How about you?
Get shredded.
Letting the hunt begin.
Goodbye.
The hunt ends.
Nice. Alpha leveled up to level 18. Nice. That was good. And there's the Whistlewood. Didn't we already deal with that? Yeah, the Whistlewoods to the eastward. That was a place we visited, I think. But we can worry about that later. I mean, good God, that grinding 1,000 experience, and it blew up most of our units. Yeah, now Ophelia's 15, Hannah's 17, Alpha 18, and I gotta make sure I bring on the others so that way they can train. So that way we can be ready for the second leg of the journey. Alright, now let's head to the East Atlaston Flats. And our journey won't take us that long. Hopefully. Well, listen, this high and mighty.
Standest thou against me? Then be hunted.
Now then, out of my way.
Yeah, I get ragged. Well, one's put to sleep. That's one meat that got
I
put
will
to
not be
sleep.
defeated.
Unleash the light.
Shine forth.
Letting my arrow
Heck
fly
with it.
true.
Arrow Storm.
A torrent of arrows.
Ah, the breaking. It is music to my ears. I think it's probably
Bring
weak to
it on.
daggers.
Here we go.
The battle is out of my way.
And racked.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
And we made it inside Atlas Dam. Thankfully, it didn't take us that long. Alright, so we're supposed to find someone who's going to lead us to the next leg of the journey. This is it. We're about to start Cyrus's first tale. Where is he? Is he in the palace? That could be the case. Ah, there he is. Yes, I think I know now who stole that tome. Perhaps I should go have a little chat with him, just to make sure we all understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he is a scholar. This is Atlaston, nestled in the fertile plains of the Flatlands. It is home to the Royal Academy, where many a scholar studies night and day, to bring the light of knowledge to the royal family and to all the realm. He passes his days in the halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. It is in that library where he learns of a grievous theft. Certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit, Cyrus sets out alone to confront the man. In his shadowy subterranean study, he will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. Yeah, let's bring Cyrus along. And yeah, since Cyrus is going to be our new member, you've trained enough, Hannet. Matter of fact, let's bring Alfred along to get some rest. Okay, I think we're good enough. Don't worry, we'll be training Therian and Primrose when we can. But for now, let us begin the tale of Cyrus, the scholar.
And so it was that Atlasdan was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago. Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see. I believe it was Hornburg.
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlasdan was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor. for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Hello?
Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes from the Royal Library came by with a message for you. Seems today's your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the Special Archives.
Splendid.
Splendid. Finally, I can begin my research. The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. Now we begin. We make for the library. And this is Cyrus. Cyrus is a scholar, and like Ophelia, he wields staves. He has the ability to scrutinize, and he can also gain insight in the enemy's weaknesses. He also has a lot of support skills. And he's the best unit because he has a lot of different AoE attacks. And he can also have more powerful skills. This is insane, because my priority for this is that, yeah, I'm going to be putting a lot of work leveling him up. He's actually going to be my favorite unit, hands down. I am not kidding. Professor
Albright.
Oh, thank heavens you're still here. I thought I had missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
The
If you
truth
can
of
spare the
matter
time, I
is-
had a question about something we learned today.
But of course.
But of course, Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
Indeed.
Yes, Professor. It will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Homburg. Pray tell, what did they worship?
Very astute of you.
A very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Homburg fell. I see. A shame that. I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Homburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that
Oh.
Poor Therese! Let us continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor. No
With
need for
pleasure.
apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of a sharp and curious mind.
Why, thank
Your
you.
lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating to me. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future? A most
Indeed.
admirable philosophy, Your Highness. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness. As I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You are far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student.
Ah,
Oh dear, I'm running late.
good
Pray
day.
do not forget your assignment, Your Highness. Of
Farewell.
course, Professor. Oh, hello there, Therese.
Yes.
Do you have a question for me as well? I mean, no. Good day, Professor. Now we can finally be out. Man, I feel bad for Therese. I'll be honest with you. I mean, sure, Therese is she's just another one of the professor's students, but jeez. This is just a mess. Now let's get ourselves some proper gear for the poor guy. Ah, he's good. Gotta make sure he's also stocked up for anything. Alright. Nice. Now he's set for the journey ahead. And now let's head back and continue with the mission. I always think of also the scholar as a black mage. Russell just isn't cut out for that sort of work. Whatever it was, move along now.
It's me,
Good day,
Cyrus.
Mercedes. Cyrus Albright, here to browse the special archives. Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today. When I heard that an original copy of The Church of the Flame, a complete history, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it. You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here.
With pleasure.
Why would I need to say it? He does it for me. Is something amiss? For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy, when you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. When you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy. I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
Right. The expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear. I most certainly will. How odd.
Here.
The tome is nowhere to be found. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either. These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright.
Professor Albright, the headmaster would see you at once. Of all the times to... Oh well, might I ask of you a favor? What might that be? The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me? Missing? Huh. I'll begin looking at once, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear.
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter. My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone!
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the Special Archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer. Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
Yes, what is it, Therese? It's about Professor Albright, sir. Now we gotta make for the library and fast. And yeah, that headmaster's a bit of a dunce. A douchebag, more likely.
Can I help you?
Ah, Professor Albright. Did you have any luck finding the tome? I'm afraid not. Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually...
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head. An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. But I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed.
You could say that indeed. A habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
I'll not deny it. Worry not. The tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take
Right.
care.
Thanks. Best of luck in your search. And the game is afoot.
Search.
Now, where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library, as might my fellow scholars. Then mayhap I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. Cyrus's path action with the Y button can scrutinize and gain new knowledge from the townspeople. Like so. Let's see now.
Of course I've got a key to the archives. No, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting in my eyes. But even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway?
Most intriguing. We got some new info. And now we gotta make sure to check out the others too. Or I gotta do it inside. Let's see. The key to the archives? Oh, I haven't got that, but I'm not surprised someone stole a tome considering what they're worth. I'm gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. He knows the value of tomes and is burning with debt. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guard station outside should have a key to the library archives. And now we pay a visit to the headmaster. He may know something. So let's make sure we look into it. You know full well I have a key to the special archives, and that I would never be so foolish as to let it fall in the wrong hands. In any event, I have had no reason to peruse these tomes in quite some time. Now the pieces start to fit.
Splendid.
That should be all the information I need to solve the case. The headmaster and the guard are the ones that have the key.
But of course.
Of course, it all makes sense now. There are only two keys to the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and one of the guardsmen. And who was used to unlock the archives? The headmasters. No, it was the guards.
Not exactly.
The headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty, which is clue 2.
Oh.
It would be all too easy a task to lift the key off his person. So is it possible that the guard is our man? No, couldn't have been him. No, he would have no motive. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome, which is to say, one of my colleagues. And most likely, one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which
Put it
means
all together,
that-
and our villain is him, Russell.
Yes.
The shifty scholar Russell. Yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
All that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime. Word has it he's been doing his research underground these days.
Now
I
then.
think it's time I did some field work of my own. And so I have taken it upon myself to investigate this suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you've quite the curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries exist only to be solved. After all, it is of utmost importance to remember that. But there I go again. Don't make me talk your ear off, but I will be glad for your help. Let's get right to business then. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. Cyrus has joined the party, and he's going to be a useful party member to have. With what we have, we're going to have to move quickly. Now we head for the subterranean study. And this study is anything but subterranean. Hopefully this can mean I can take the opportunity to grind a few battles a bit so I can level him up fine. We are going to need him. Nice, we get to study our foes before battle.
Victory shall be mine.
So it seems they're... I see. Oh, you think... Oh, you think that's Ron? Watch this.
Oh, flames, rage, strong.
What next?
Unleash the arrows. The breaking is just so ever delicious.
Well then.
Uh-oh, that's bad.
What next?
Now,
Break
I will
it.
cut you down.
My turn now. Oh, sacred
Let
light.
the light shine and take you away.
The flame guides us true.
Already at level 4. Wow. That is good. Already? Dang. Which means one thing. Time to give him a lightning bolt. He's going to need to. And she's close to learning her next one. And I think we'll get the next one, which is probably the revive. But I swear, if I do like a few battles here, then I'm pretty much set.
Let us fight with honor.
And now we know all their
The
weaknesses.
battle is truly joined. I will cut you down.
He makes for a pretty useful ally, don't you think?
Letting the hunt begin.
My turn now.
Level 2.
Sacred flame shine forth.
Unleash the thunder. Get wrecked.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Good. Cyrus is now like a level 5. I want to at least have him reach level 9 before we do the boss. Gotta at least make sure.
Letting us
The
begin.
undead don't seem to surprise me.
The battle is truly joined. I will cut you down.
Well, one's put to sleep.
What next? Raining arrows up on me.
I'll do my best.
Oh, don't worry. You will do your best, madam.
May the sacred flame
And
shine
that
forth.
is a wrecking unlike any other. Now burn.
Thus ends your lesson.
That's one lesson I can handle just fine. Is she close to learning it? No, she only needs 10 more. We need 100 so that way we can get our hands on the Analyze. I want to at least get my hands on it. Having the Analyze will truly help us out on how much damage. Alright, who's next?
There is no choice.
What next? Raining arrows up on them.
And they're all going to be useful no matter what. Really? You don't say.
Come at you. I will cut you
Slice
down.
and dice. You get broken.
My turn now. May the sacred
Unleash
flame
the
shine
light.
What is the logical course of action?
Well, that was a pretty disappointing way to go.
forth. I'll do my best.
Letting the hunt begin. Aiming carefully, shooting true. I honor thee, my queen.
Bringing Hannah always has been useful. And now Ophelia has enough to gain another skill. Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted. Let's give her the revive. Now we unlock another support skill, Inner Strength. Increases the maximum SP by 50, meaning that she can be able to use revive as much as she wishes. Alright, we got the Herb of Light.
It's a good day for battle. The battle is truly joined. I will cut you down!
Break.
What next?
The pain will be so delicious, it's not even funny. Wow.
What is the logical course of action? Oh, flames! Rage!
Burn away.
Thus ends your lesson.
Also ends the lecture. Nice work, Hannah. You leveled up. Untouched, break, and domination. All that in a nutshell makes her more deadly. Let's get the analyze skill, and we unlock another equip support skill, evasive maneuvers. Reduces the rate of random encounters. This can actually be useful if you want to spend the time exploring and everything. I mean, I'm not kidding. You can actually use this to, like, not worry about battles, but on the other hand, this can actually make the game a little more harder for you because you need to grind as much as you can to get stronger and all. Alright, burn. Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Victory shall be mine. I will cut you down!
The beauty of it all is that it's just so destructively good.
Beginning.
And why does she miss?
I'll not be
No,
defeated.
seriously, she missed! She missed on the bat of all things. Not cool.
What next?
Make it up for it by doing that.
Now then. The thrill of the fight.
Alright, goody. Ophelia's almost ready to level up. Nope.
I've done my research on you.
Nice, we get a preemptive strike. Turns out they're weak to staves.
Letting the hunt beginning.
And let the hunt unleash the fury.
My
You really need to do better than this, Hannah. It's...
turn, the sacred flame
Yeah, that's a painful thought.
Have at you.
An interesting dilemma.
And let's make sure. Who do we shatter first? This one.
What next?
The battle is true. I will cut you down.
Cracked.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Very good, Ophelia. Now you leveled up. Excellent. Oh, we get an old coin. We can use that to sell. I'm already 8 hours in, and this game is just way too much fun. let's save our game. We should have actually stayed when we were in town, but where's the fun in that? Honestly, he's like at level 20. Alright, we got a light soul stone. Now to face the boss ahead.
What?
Are you always in the habit of barging into your peers' offices while they're working?
Excuse
My
me.
apologies. I would have knocked, but I didn't see a door.
A moment of your time.
Apropos of nothing, mayhap you've heard that a certain tome was stolen from the archives. I haven't the faintest clue what you're talking about.
Come now.
Come now, Russell. Playing dumb is just gonna drag this out for the both of us. So let's cut straight to the heart of the matter. You're a thief and I can prove it. What? The hells you can?
The truth
Unfortunately
is...
for you, at precisely the moment you were trying to sneak back with the key, your friend the guardsman was just waking from his little slumber. But that's impossible. He was asleep. I'm positively... Keeping up on our friend's somnolence, are we, old chum? It was a slip of the tongue. I tell you, I know nothing about this goddamn book. Figured you'd say as much. Then perhaps you'd care to accompany me to the academy? To prove your innocence, of course. Damn it! Damn it all to hell! It was the perfect plan. If not for your bloody meddling, I could have had it all!
I don't think this one will listen to reason.
What do you hope to accomplish by doing this?
I'll do my best.
Seriously, why? There's no point in this. There's no point, no reason, none whatsoever. And he's weak to swords.
What next? Raining arrows up on me.
At least those critical hits are actually doing a lot of pain. And your hits are absolutely pathetic. Watch this.
Oh, flames, rage, rock.
Letting the hunt begin.
And truthfully, you need to get beat no matter what you do. Seriously. Nice, you actually hit all your hits this time.
Victory shall be mine. I will cut you down.
Oh, that damn. Oh, that is pathetic.
What is the logical course of action?
Oh, flames, rage, rock.
I gotta make sure I do a scan on the guy. Summon the Knight Ordante. Assist us, please. Wildfire. Oh, dear God.
What is the logical course of action?
Yeah, mate. No, not yet. Fine. Let's analyze the guy. He has 5,000 health, huh? And he has ice for his weakness. Okay. So at least we now know what we gotta do.
Victory shall be mine. I will cut you down.
We still gotta keep on delivering the pain.
I'll do my best.
Stick to healing duty, madam. You need to.
Let your wounds be healed.
Letting my arrow fly.
That stun strike was pretty much helpful. Maximum power!
A torrent of arrows.
But that arrow storm, was that enough? Probably not. Oh, jeez. Really? You're tossing a tome at me?
I'm not
That is...
defeated.
Maximum power! Bring on the light!
The battle is truly joined. Out of my way!
Coming, if thou darest.
Now, what next?
I gotta make sure I duel when it's weaker.
Well then.
Yeah! Leave it to the knight to help break the guard.
Victory shut. My blade is unbending.
An unbending blade, feel my wrath.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Lightning, done my doing.
What is the logical course of action?
No.
Painful, isn't it? Let's power up in the main turn.
Now, what next?
Now let's see what else does he have in those weaknesses. I knew it. He's also weak to daggers, and he's down to 2,000 HP. Good.
Oh, sacred light.
What next?
Fine. Summon the beast. Sweep. Intimidate?
I'll do my
You
best.
think that's impressive? Oh, please.
Oh, sacred light.
Out of my way.
Now, what next?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Coming, if thou darest. Letting the hunt begin. Coming.
Summon the beast at max power. Well, this is gonna be a problem.
I'll do my best. Here I go.
No, on second thought, no. Let's bring the knight in. We need a free turn.
Now,
And that free turn just came at just the right
Oh,
time.
ice, pierce them through.
Goodbye.
you should have studied harder.
Nice work, Cyrus. Well done. That was a good fight. I swear, I never meant to. I just needed the money.
Just
That
so.
tome would fetch a small fortune. That is true. And yet, did you not for a moment consider the consequences?
Say it
In
is
stealing
not
that
so.
tome, you would steal from our students something more valuable than all the realm's riches. A grave crime, no matter who would perpetrate it, but all the more unforgivable when committed by one who calls himself a scholar.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be. You actually did crack the case of the stolen book. That I did, and yet I fear this may not be the only volume our friend had purloined. Russell has already confessed to the full extent of his crimes, and revealed the names of his business associates. We need only track down the books and purchase them back. I'll speak to the guards and see that we redouble security of the archives. What's this? It says there's another book skill missing. Did that scoundrel of a scholar steal this one as well?
Actually,
From the far reaches of hell? No, I can assure you that he did not. It's been missing for some 15 years now. Russell's aggressive borrowing only extends some 2 years back. I see. So this volume was lost, or stolen, long before that.
yes.
Right as always, Professor. Pray tell me more about From the Far Reaches of Hell. According to our records, it would seem to be a compendium of ancient rites and long-lost magics. If I am not mistaken, it was the single oldest volume housed written within our archives. Needless to say, it was a tremendous loss. Oh, yet another mystery would seem. Professor Albright, the headmaster would speak with you at once. Again? What could it be this time? Perhaps he plans to commend you for your role in apprehending the library thief. I have no interest in accolades, but if he insists, then what does he really want anyway? I'm curious about this. Yeah, this part actually turned out to be pretty good.
I've brought Professor Albright, as asked, sir.
Good. Enter. Thank you, Lucia.
Yes, Headmaster. What can I do for you? Something tells me he's not about to offer a commendation.
Professor Albright, a most troubling report has reached my ears.
A report, sir?
An anonymous source claims that you have abused your prestigious position to enter into an illicit relationship with Her Highness the Princess.
Oh. And you believe this report, sir?
If it is untrue, then say so.
Why, it is unfounded, unsubstantiated, balderdash of the highest order!
I would like to take your words at face value, Professor, but I fear the situation is not so simple. A rumor regarding the royal family, even an unsubstantiated one such as this, is sure to spread quickly. If we do not take swift action, Princess Mary's good name could be forever sullied. That is something that simply cannot be allowed to happen. Surely you understand.
And so what do you intend to do with me, sir?
It is not an easy decision to make. Dismissing you outright would be tantamount to an admission of guilt.
If I may be so bold, Headmaster, what about a sabbatical? Professor Albright is put on extended leave, while official accounts state that he's doing fieldwork in a distant land.
What say you, Cyrus? This way, both the Academy's reputation and your own will remain intact.
My reputation?
Do we have a problem, Professor?
Not at all, Headmaster. On the contrary, this might prove the perfect opportunity.
Opportunity? For what?
As a matter of fact, there is a matter which has piqued my interest of late. I was just wondering when I might find the time to do a bit of research in the field. I think I will set forth on a journey. In search of an ancient tome that disappeared 15 years ago. Besides, if I am not permitted to share what I have learned with my peers and the public, there is little point in continuing my research here.
Is that so? Do tell, Professor. What is it that you intend to investigate?
As regards a certain tome. Now, if you will forgive me, I must begin packing for my journey. Good day to you, Headmaster.
An enigma as ever, that one.
Professor!
Oh, Therese, what is it?
I heard that you were leaving the academy.
Then you heard true.
Professor, I'm so sorry.
I see. So you were the source of the rumor.
You knew?
Not until just this moment, when you apologized. And yet, I cannot fathom your motive. Why would you tell such a terrible lie?
You're always helping Her Highness, answering her every question. I just wanted you to pay more attention to me.
And that's why you went to the headmaster.
Yes, but I just wanted to get you in a little trouble. I didn't think they would. I am so sorry, Professor. Can you ever forgive me?
Worry not, my dear. It just so happens that I was looking for a good excuse to go on a journey.
You were?
For some time now, I've wanted to travel the realm and see what can be learned beyond these halls. I dare say the timing couldn't have been better. You see, there's a certain matter I simply can't wait to investigate. So fret not, my girl. If anything, you've done me a favor. Besides, I am not entirely without fault in the matter. Indeed, I have not been as attentive to you as I should. Had I realized your true intention sooner, I would not be in this position.
Professor, whatever do you...
If only I had realized how devoted you were to your studies, my dear girl.
My studies?
I have always striven to treat all my students equally. And yet, Her Highness is always eager to ask questions, and I was all too eager to answer them. In doing so, they have given the impression that I favored her above you and others. This was not my intention, but I am at fault all the same. Yes, if only I had seen you for the ardent and devoted young scholar that you are!
Professor... Perhaps you're not quite as sharp as I thought you were.
Yes?
Never mind.
In that case, I should be off. Pray do not shirk your studies, my girl.
Yes, Professor. Will I ever see you again?
I do not see why not, provided we both still live.
Now let's head out of town and finish up this chapter. Boy, that turned out to be more fun than I thought it would be.
Now, I must find out all I can about From the Far Reaches of Hell. My erstwhile colleague, Odette, knows more about arcane studies than anyone I know. Last I heard, she sojourned in Quarry Quest. I should begin my journey there.
And so Cyrus left the academy behind, in search of a lost tome. From the far reaches of hell, what dark secrets might its pages hold? Only the gods know. And one we probably may not know the answer to. That is going to be it for this part of Octopath Traveler. Now, next time we're going to be moving on to the last one, the Coastlands of Rippletide. And once that's done, then we're going to be side questing away. Why? So we can prepare. So we can prepare ourselves for the next journey ahead. Although, to be fair, it's going to have me take a while so that way I can have everything. And look, the next leg of the journey is in Quarry Quest for Cyrus, and we need to be level 24. And that means, yes, I'm going to be going around all over so I can grind as much as I can and be able to begin their second chapters. And each of their second chapters will contribute to chapter 3s, 4s, and so forth. It's going to be a long journey. So that is going to be it for this part of Octopath Traveler. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and more importantly, click on the bell. Doing all of this helps me out, and it gives me a reason to continue. Don't be afraid to comment, because I look forward to hearing from you guys. I mean that. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have grinding to do. See you later.